Greetings to you all and welcome to a DIY tech unboxing and coming soon item where I'm going to be opening up some more recent, mostly eBay purchases and show you what I'm going to be featuring in some upcoming videos. If there's anything here that tickles your fancy even the tiniest bit, please do hit the subscribe button as I'll be doing individual videos and reviews for all of these things. Today's haul of 15 items of second-hand stuff brings me in at roughly £649.31p. So without further ado, let's get on with opening up the first item. So first up we have what at first glance might look like a Zotac G-Force 1050 Ti, but oh no, this box hides something far more exciting. Opening up and what's inside here would have made me cry with joy. Back in March 1998 when it was released, this one here being a benchmark leading 3DFX graphics card. Beautifully packaged up. Let's have a look and see what she looks like. I haven't opened this one yet. There we go, in the anti-static bag as well. Now this one here, released by Creative Labs, costing about $300 when it was released at the time. Version topped the performance charts when it was released with a whopping 12 megabytes of EDO DRAM. There was a cheaper 8 megabyte version, but why the heck would I buy that? Hey, this thing cost me 79 quid and I cannot wait to get it into my 233 megahertz MMX Pentium rig. Beautiful piece of engineering, that one. Talking of which, I'm going to jump straight into a box number 2, being a fistful of games to get installed onto that late 1990s behemoth of a retro gaming rig. I've only just recently finished building it, so please click the video, have a look and see how we got on there. So I thought it was about time to install a load of fun on it. Collectively, we have this one, the first one, an utterly epic Secret of Monkey Island, surely one of the best storyboard games of all time. Sadly, though, this one isn't the original release. This is a slightly later Kix XL version on 3.5-inch floppy. It still set me back a pretty expensive £28.49 though, I must say. Here we go, that's LeChuck's Revenge. That's the second one that was bundled in with the box from the seller, which was great. Otherwise it's all in here, I hope. Let's have a look, and there it is. That's the Holy Grail, Secret of Monkey Island. So I'm going to be expending hours and hours getting on with that one. Now, bearing in mind some of the original games, the original release on floppy are going on eBay. In fact, there was one at the time of recording here, there's one on for sale at a whopping $249.99. I still think that's a bit of a bargain at just under 30 quid. So looking forward to that. No retro gaming machine is fully complete without at least one version of SimCity. That one, SimCity 2000, which cost me about a £5, and that's the one I spent way too many hours playing when I was a kid. And here we go. This is the big ticket item for me. All right, not the most expensive one that I've got. It was only cost me £6.83, but when it was released, I couldn't get it. It was an 18, and I have longed to play this, having never done so. And it is one of the more revered games of its time. So Duke Nukem 3D and 18 there. Again, Kix version. It wasn't the original release. I haven't got the big box, but if anyone's got it out there and wants to send it my way, it will be very gratefully received. Next up, Midtown Madness. Now, I bought this a bit of a gimmick, really. It's not a particularly great driving game. It was released by Microsoft and they never released the best games. But the reason I picked this one up is it does show off the 3DFX Creative Labs Voodoo2 card that I just opened a second ago. So looking forward to seeing how that one performs on there. That one only cost me, what was it, £2.99 on that one. Next up, again, a game I didn't play at the time, but it's highly regarded in the gaming community. This one, Unreal Tournament. Costing just 7 quid. I thought it was worth a shot. And again, it's one of those that does require a 3D accelerator. Let's have a little look down here. Here we go. PCI local bus video card, 8 meg 3D accelerator recommended. So I've got the 12 meg version, sorry, 8 megabyte 3D accelerator. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And that one, as I say, cost me, where are we, £7, that one. Half-Life also came bundled with that one at 7 quid. And again, a game I didn't play at the time. Looking back, I don't know why not, really. It was a great game, apparently, running up on Windows 98 in a minimum specification here, Pentium 233, which I have with 32 megs of RAM. So it'd be interesting to see how that runs with its minimum specifications. And here we go. This is one that I spent a lot of my youth playing. Oh No More Lemmings. Now this goes back about a decade from the two games I've just opened up. This one from 1991. In fact, I've got a feeling, according to the sticker on the front, inside here should be, and there we go. It's got the original 5.5 inch, 5.25 inch, sorry, floppy disks, as well as, in fact, they look, I mean, these look pretty much untouched, the 3.5 inch version as well. So that one there costing me, I mean, that's a bit of a museum piece there. It's in utterly immaculate condition through the box and inside by the looks of it. So that one there ended up costing me, what was it, 15 quid, I think, that one. Right, I've managed to make it to 40 years old with never playing any of the Tom Clancy saga games. So this one here, what is it, Rainbow Six. It was 8 quid, big box game, 8 quid. Where are we? What looks like it appears to be, that's the eBay ticket, a photocopy manual. So someone's obviously lost it at some point and downloaded it. And that is on CD in reasonable nick, which is good. So yeah, looking forward to a couple of hours on that maybe. I'm not sure how I'm going to find with it. I do like some of the more modern first-person shooters on the PlayStation, so we'll see how this one operates. Where are we? Minimum requirements on this one. Without hardware acceleration, a 200 megahertz MMX. So yeah, that should work fine, absolutely fine, Windows 95 or 98. And then lastly, right, okay, this one was a bit of a punt here, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. Now this is a homage to a piece of literary and musical genius, really. Now I only bought this for one particular reason, and that is Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. It's got to be one of the greatest pieces of musical composition, and my wife and I have been to see the live performance of this up in the Millennium Stadium a couple of times, so I was intrigued. I mean, the game might well be a heap of crap, but that opening bars of music still make my hair stand up. So yeah, we'll see how that comes on. I'm not expecting much of the game, if I'm honest with you, but we'll see how we get on with that. Moving on to slightly newer times now. I've been meaning to upgrade my daily driver PC. It's that one on the left there, and this is the retro gaming machine that I use on the right hand side. I've been using this, it's a fairly bog standard rocking horse Optiplex. It's a i5 7500 CPU. And it does, I have to say, bottleneck. It's only got 8 gigabytes of RAM as well. So when I'm running both Photoshop and Premiere in tandem, often on the double screen editing, it just crashes. I mean, it doesn't turn off and it does perform, but ultimately it needs a bit of a kick in the arse. I'm going to buy and build a monstrous Ryzen based, probably a Threadripper based machine at some point. But this here, I'm hoping, should be 4 sticks of 8 gigabytes, there we go, of Vengeance LPX. This is the Corsair version, in low profile, because the small form factor Dell Optiplex that I have won't take anything bigger, so I'm hoping they fit. That is 32 gigs of memory, up from the 8 that I'm currently running at the moment, so hopefully that'll be enough of a shot in the arm to keep it going for another few months editing these videos before I have to upgrade it. Interestingly, it does state on the box, which I didn't notice on the eBay advert, Ryzen Threadripper and Ryzen AMD. I cannot see why that wouldn't work in an Intel i5 7500 based Optiplex, but we'll see how we get on with that one. I will do a video on it. Weren't cheap, I have to say, 124 quid for that, but as I say, if it keeps me going in the short term, that should be fine. Now, talking of video editing, I thought I'd buy a few toys to make your viewing pleasure a little bit greater. First up is something I'm hugely excited about testing. Now this is a top of the reviews Rode NT USB studio quality. Look, studio quality it reckons. Microphone. I've been meaning to upgrade for a proper microphone for a long time, and I haven't opened this one yet, so let's see how we get on. Up to date for the 5 channels I'm running, I've been using a pretty embarrassing and pretty cheap iPhone combined microphone and headset, which has been working, I have to say, okay. And I've bought these things, the studio mic and the lapel mic, as a joint bundle for 222 quid. So hopefully they will work. Let's have a quick look and see what we find in here. I'm at risk of the whole thing falling out, I suppose. Goodness me. Okay, well, it's about twice the size I had imagined in my mind's eye, but there we go. Stand, I suppose. Goodness me. Okay, they really have gone to town, haven't they? Hence why it was 222 quid. Let's get the box out of the way, shall we? There we are, and find out what's in here. Oh, would you look at that? Doesn't that look rather smart? It's also got this little diffuser in there, which I shall use when I'm doing my little bits of singing. Rightio. Okay, yeah, let's get that tested. So I'm looking forward to doing a video specifically on that unit and comparing it with the various little microphones, both the internal mics that I'm using on the GoPro and on the Samsung that I record the 4K, 8K camera I've got on the S21 video camera. So we'll do a little comparison and see how that gets on. Next up, there's absolutely no point having good quality audio if you're not going to have good quality video at the same time. So what have I got here? I have got two items. First up, this AverMedia GameBroadcaster HD. Now this is a really interesting piece that I specifically hunted out for two reasons. Firstly, it's low profile as a piece of expansion card technology. It's low profile to fit inside the small form factor Dell chassis. Secondly, it hasn't just got an HDMI input, but it's also got this VGA input that can record down to a 640 by 480 resolution in here. Now, absolutely brilliant, because not many of the newer cards have that, and particularly the external capture cards don't have it at all. They're normally just HDMI. So I am intrigued to see how this one works now. Full disclosure, this one is pretty much an empty box. It's got some of the original fitments with it. It's got the high and low form factor slots in there. It's got all the original software, which I'm not using, interestingly. I've just downloaded the driver. I have already installed that card, albeit not yet tested, but I had the chassis open to stick a new hard drive in there a little while ago, so I thought I'd install that. And I will do, again, a full video review on that one, see how it goes. Coupling that, though, with a different solution for recording even lower resolution. Now, this one here is slightly less of a bargain. That 20 quid AverMedia card I thought was a bit of a bargain. So in here, this one less so. As I say, this was just over 100 quid. But this is a really rare item. It took me months and months to find one of these. This is a StarTech. Now, StarTech HDMI upscalers are not overly difficult to find, but this one here, and there we go, look at this rather sweet little Chupa Chups included in that for my eBay purchase. Thank you very much indeed. It's got all the original, look at that, gold-plated digital optical cable in there. It's got all the power bits we need. But anyway, what am I saying? This is a very rare item, but this is the first generation StarTech VGA2HDMI PRO boxes. And the reason I particularly wanted this one here, this first generation model, is the only one out there that can properly handle the really peculiar resolutions that you find on some of the early DOS games. For example, DOS 6.22 that I run with Windows 3.11 operates below 640 by 480 resolution, and you cannot generally, or I couldn't find anyway, a capture card that will capture it directly. So this one here, it does two things. Firstly, it's an upscaler. It's an active upscaler. It's a powered unit. But secondly, it's a converter as well. So it will take the analog VGA input alongside the output from the AWE64, the OR64 Sound Blaster that I use in that machine. It will combine it into a digital signal coming out the HDMI, as well as upscaling it to full 1080p HDMI, and it's got an on-screen menu and everything to change it around. So it's a really rare piece of kit, this one. I think I was lucky to get it for 100 quid, because there are some that have been going or advertised as buy it now prices well over £200. There we go. Right, next up, and lastly, I'm going to show off what I think is a bit of a bargain, actually. Windows 98. Now, this is a big box version of the second edition, which is critical here. I do have the first edition, just the CD on its own without any manuals on or anything. But this is a big box version of the second edition. Really difficult to find, surprisingly difficult. And the non-big box versions are regularly going for 30, 40 quid or more on eBay. And I found this one for just £10. It went up in the middle of the night when I was up with my 2-year-old in the middle of the night. This one popped up as a buy it now at 10 quid. So I absolutely snapped it up, of course. And let's have a little look and see what we've got inside here. I mean, the box is mostly good. It's got a small rip on the bottom, but otherwise it's pretty good. Inside we have, let's see, look at that. Oh, wow. Getting started Windows 90. I haven't looked at that for, what is it, 23 years, 24 years. I haven't seen one of these. Goodness me, I don't know whether, are they always that brown, or is that just aged really poorly? But that paper looks like it's had a 20-a-day cigarettes on it. Right, what's this here? I'm assuming that's a startup disc. There we go. Nice to see it's all in place. Windows 98 second edition. Gosh, doesn't look like it's ever been in a machine. That's fantastic. There we go. Right, this is about the registration card. The usual, what's this? The limited release and the warranty. There we go. Well, that looks like an absolutely complete package. I'm over the moon with that. What a great buy for 10 quid. That is going to be installed on my machine alongside this little fella here, little 8GB compact flash Transcend card. So thank you very much indeed. If there's anything there at all that's taken your interest whatsoever, please do subscribe. I shall be uploading videos of all of these items and reviews very, very shortly. Otherwise, that's 650 quid well spent in my book. Over and out. I will see you soon.